Within the next couple of minutes, I will provide basic information on Soma system foam support. The first thing you should know about the foam support is that it is basically a foam roller. However, the reason we are calling it a foam support is because we're using it in a very different manner as compared to the traditional usage of the foam roller. So, if you're interested in the traditional techniques of foam rolling, I would recommend to explore other Soma system tools because they are simply much more effective than foam roller. So compare the foam roller with this ball. It's a very tiny ball, and as you can see, it has much higher specificity, much closer to the thumb, sometimes even more specific than the massage therapist's thumb, and therefore it is much better at isolating tight spots and releasing them. Similarly, if you want to roll, I would recommend the Soma system muscle rollers. Again, their surface has much higher specificity than the foam roller, and therefore your time that you're investing in cell body work is going to pay off much better because you're going to have more effective tools. Moreover, these are adjustable wheels, so you can move them apart and work on your entire body. Now, a couple of techniques for the foam roller. As always, I will demonstrate lying down, sitting down, and then against the wall. Right? So, for lying down, you can place the foam roller under your hips and then move your hips from side to side, and this way you will be affecting the gluteal muscles. Right? You can also hang on one side and work on the glute medius. It's important here not to apply any pressure on the greater trochanter, and it's one of the reasons why we teach self-palpation and anatomy, something that you will be seeing in the subsequent videos. Really, before using any tool, you do need to know your body and your anatomy and be able with your own hands to locate major landmarks in your body, and therefore I would highly recommend to learn from those videos that you will be receiving. Now, moving forward, you can work on your upper back. So the way this is usually done is like this. If you can relax, that's good. Otherwise, you may want to provide a little bit support with towels on your head or on your lower, on your sacrum, so that you can actually feel comfortable. You can also roll, but that's not something that we usually not recommend because you are tensing up here, and when you're trying to do cell body work, professional grade cell body work, you should try to relax as much as possible, and this is achievable with the other tools that I was mentioning. Now, the foam roller is very useful as a support tool. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to use the muscle roller. I'm going to lie right next to it, roll on top of it, and now if I use the foam roller, it will bring my hips up, and that will increase pressure in case I want to increase pressure. Now I can roll just a little bit, maintaining my head relaxed, or I can use the foam roller and put it under my head, and by lifting my hips, I can roll much more comfortably than rolling on a foam roller. Also, the foam roller is excellent as a support tool. So let's say I want to work on my rotators, then this is what I'm going to be doing, but my head is hanging in the air. So here's the foam roller, and it's great. It is a great supporting tool. Similarly with the ball, I would put the ball under my upper back. Now I don't feel much. I want to lift my hips, but I also want to relax my hips so that I don't have to strain myself or exercise myself. So then I relax my hips on the foam roller, and here I can hang for a couple of minutes, for 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, exploring very slowly and very intentionally my upper back. Okay. Moving on to chair techniques. Of course, you can always use the foam roller in this way, just massaging your feet. So this is the surface that we are working on. You can also put it behind your back and, for example, move from side to side, massaging your upper back. If the chair is higher, you can work on your upper back. And in the same way, you can use it against the wall. So all the way from your quads, right, to your IT band. This is much more gentle than the traditional foam rolling techniques that work on the lower body with the foam roller. I can also work on my TFL and glute max. Now the further I'm away from the further my feet are away from the wall, the more pressure I'm applying. And then you can work on the rotators. And of course on your neck. Now let me also show you the techniques that we advise against in Soma system, and these are the traditional foam rolling techniques. So the traditional way to foam roll the hamstrings looks something like this. Now what is wrong with this? Well, it's the following. First of all, my hands, I'm trained, I'm putting pressure on my shoulders, I'm using my hands to support my upper body, and that's just not useful because very few people would have very good alignment. And if you want to exercise and do strength training, do strength training, but not while you're doing cell body work. Because when you do cell body work, you're really also you're not just affecting the mechanical properties of your muscles, but you're also affecting your brain. And you need to do everything in order to allow your brain to relax. Supporting yourself is not really conducive to relaxing your brain. Now, moreover, you can see that I'm lengthening my hamstrings, and therefore it's harder to get deeper inside. The same thing applies to the calf muscles, right? I'm supporting myself, training myself, and then I cannot relax completely, I cannot really let go. And then my calf muscles are also lengthened. So what I would do instead, right? So I would use the muscle roller for the hamstrings while sitting down, because then my hamstrings are softer. And you can do a lot of techniques with the hamstrings working here. You can work on adductor magnus that there is no way you can actually get to with the foam roller. And also you can work on your calf muscle in this way, because again the calf muscle they're going to be relaxed in this position. Okay, very good. So this is about it for the foam roller, and look out for the next videos that will cover anatomy and will help you to deliver much more effective self-body work onto yourself. Now just a brief overview of other tools. So this is a set of 5 Soma system balls. They are of different sizes, and as you can see, this is just like even sometimes smaller than a massage therapist's thumb. And you can use it in also while lying down, while sitting. It's excellent for trigger point work. That's what it was created for. Or against the wall. We have a very soft and gentle massage ball. You can use it in a similar fashion behind the chair. It's excellent for hamstrings. It is much softer than other tools. For example, these balls are not compressible, so they're more like lacrosse balls. This is very, very soft. Or you can make it actually very soft. You can also make it hard by pumping more air into the ball. And you can move the rollers, bring them closer together, further apart. These are really great for working on your neck. Or you can work on your back. So these are much smaller than the foam rollers. And their surface has has much higher specificity, meaning that it has a much greater capacity to isolate old spots of achiness in your body and release them. This is a focus roller. This is a tool. It has 3 active surfaces. So this guy is very pinpointed work. This is more for manual therapy, for trigger point type of work. These are the rollers, so you can work on yourself. And you can also take all this rubber and you will have a very nice and spiky stimulation in this way. And finally, once you put them on, you can use this surface more like a gua sha type of tool. So this is layperson gua sha. You're basically doing skin and underlying deeper tissues, dragging with this tool, and it's very comfortable. It's our main massage therapists love this tool because it saves their fingers. There is a series of tools, spiky tools, which is basically non-invasive acupuncture, we use it to warm up the tissue, but it's a great tool to relieve stress and improve sleep. So if you use it for 10-15 minutes before going to bed, it really warms you up, makes you comfortable, improves blood flow, and soothes you to sleep. Within the next couple of minutes, I'll try to give you the basics of using the roller squat. This is probably the easiest Soma system tool. As you can see, there are other tools which are primarily body weight tools, meaning that you use your own body to provide deep tissue cell body work. The roller squat can be used in 2 primary ways. So when you use it as a hand tool, meaning that you can put it on your hand, you can use it on yourself. So for example, massaging your quads or chest, or of course you can always use it on your partner, remembering if you're not a licensed massage therapist, then you should not be doing massage therapy, but otherwise you can bring a lot of joy to your friends massaging them. In terms of using the roller squat using your body weight, and by that I mean that you are not using the hand to apply pressure of the roller squat on top of your soft tissues, but you are actually using your body weight. So the easiest example would be putting the roller squat on the floor and working on your feet. And this is something that is very pleasant, and you don't necessarily have to roll all the time. You can just rest your feet on the roller squat or use 2 roller squats, and you can do that while you're working behind a computer. Similarly, you can use the roller squat to work out the tightness in your hamstrings, or you can place the roller squat, lie down next to it, and then roll on top of it, just making sure that the roller squat is not providing any pressure on the spinal column itself. And so that would be, for example, that would be an example of applying static pressure. Now, if you're breathing and lifting your hips and then letting them go back to the floor, then essentially you are using one of the manual therapy techniques called pumping. So you're literally pumping the blood in and out of the place, and that really helps to release the tissues and nourish them with blood. You can also gently move, so you can see I'm not rolling, I'm just moving my upper body over the roller squat, maybe 1-2 millimeters from side to side, and this is more similar to cross fiber, and you can do a lot of good work. Again, remembering that roller squat should not be applying any pressure on your spinal